Hey, seventh graders, look, we are back in our classroom. I'm going to just give you a little update because the last time we were here, it looked pretty much like just like we left it. But in the meantime, I've actually got it all packed up and put away for summer. The cleaning crew has already been in here and disinfected it, and they're getting ready to do the carpets. So fun things. But I thought that maybe you would like to see kind of what goes on at school when you're not here. Look at our awesome cleaning crew. They're getting your rooms ready for next year. Thanks, Mr. Van Hall. Thanks, Mrs. Olson.
Yay.
And look, your lockers are getting recombinized. What do you call it?
Yep, changing the combinations.
Yeah, changing the combination, getting these 8th grade lockers ready for next year. Thank you very much, Sharon. Look at these awesome ladies getting our hallways all nice and shiny. All right, and of course, Mrs. Bourne, she's always working hard. Look at her. Getting everything ready for next year already, Mrs. Bourne, or what are you working on?
Wrapping up this year still.
All right.
Awards and state reports and all that good
exciting.
stuff.
Thank you, Mrs. Bourne.
You're welcome.
See, school is an exciting place. It's not as exciting as when you're here. Also, I see Mrs. Bohr just pulling in, teachers stopping by to get work done and pick things up. Here's the exciting news that we're going to do today. We are on our last stop of North America, and we are going to end with South America. We've gotten Canada, the United States, Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, done. Check, 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 check. And now we are on to South America. We're going to get a little basic background information in before we dive in too carefully. I did tell you on your to-do list to have your books open to page 190 and 191. So if you could hit pause if you don't have that, pull those out, and let's start reading about the physical geography of South America and just start getting the basics down. South America's physical features vary widely. The continent contains the dramatic Andes Mountains, the massive Amazon River Basin, and the wide open grasslands and plains. If you take a look at our physical map here, you have the darkest of orange, okay? So all the way as high as you can on the elevation map, and the greenest of greens. So the lowest you can get on the elevation map. So God created South America with such creativity and diversity that we see it all. And then, of course, the beautiful grasslands in between. Let's read about those places with a little more detail. The Andes Mountains are a string of mountain ranges that stretch about 5,500 miles along the western side of the continent. Many of the mountains in the Andes rise higher than 20,000 feet above sea level. Remember, there's about 5,000 feet in a mile. So these are 4 miles above sea level. The climate in the Andes is generally cool and dry. Because of low temperatures and high elevation, very few types of vegetations or plants grow here. So Andes Mountains along the western borders, Chile, Peru, up into Ecuador, and Colombia, okay? The dramatic Andes Mountains. Next, the Amazon River Basin is the largest river basin on Earth. It covers nearly 2.7 million square miles in north-central part of South America. It's nearly the width of the continent. The river drains this basin, flowing from the Andes to the Atlantic Ocean. The climate is warm and wet and has many different species of plants and animals that thrive in the Amazon basin. So the Amazon River starts up here in the Andes Mountains and flows and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. And it stretches the width of South America. And we will look much more detail into the Amazon River lately. Let's take a look at the grasslands. The northern part of South America has a warm climate, and it contains both low and high elevations. Cattle ranching dominates the llanos, or the grasslands, wide open areas used for grazing and crops. The Guiana Highlands in the north boast unusual plants and animals. And the highest river or waterfall in the world, Angel Falls, is located in Venezuela. All right. So Venezuela is up there where we have, here's the Llanos, the plains that we just talked about, and then the Angel Falls in Venezuela. In much of the southern part of the continent, the climate is mild and the elevation is low. The rich soil of the grassy plain in Argentina is called the Pampas, and it's ideal for growing alfalfa, corn, and wheat. And down here, we have the Pampas grassland. So there you go. God's handiwork right in our hands, or right in front of us here. The high dramatic Andes, the low, wet, thriving Amazon River Basin, grasslands and plains, majestic waterfalls, all in South America. Beautiful. All right, here we go. What we are going to do today is we're going to also get kind of a handle on the political map. So what I have in classroom for you, and this isn't going to look new, but I have a map in a drawing. So here is a map of South America. Also posted in classroom is a word bank and all of the things, the countries and cities, and a couple sets of islands that you need to put on the map. So that is your task at hand today, is to create a political map of South America. The directions remind you that you should use the skills that you've learned to create this political map. So the 5-color rule, so you're going to pick 5 colors to label those countries with. Remember, no blue. Blue is safe for water. And you're going to have a plan, because there's some smaller countries and you're going to maybe have to use some arrows in order to pull this off for your map readers to be able to read it well. Here are 2 pages that you can use, a 16 and 17, and then page 189 to help you to do that. Remember, you will just create a text box out here, out in the ocean, and take your country, pick one of the 5 color rules that you would like to do. Let's see here, what should I do? Let's do orange. And then you can go ahead and drag it. You have to have the little cross in order to move it, and drag it into a label. All right? So please do your very best at labeling the countries. Guess what? That is going to be our last quiz of the year, is these countries of South America. And it will be next Wednesday, May 20. So as you're starting to put, and we'll do fun things to learn them, just like we did with the last map quiz. But as you put them on, maybe start trying to think of little ways to remember which country is which. All right? So South America, let's tackle it. We'll finish the year strong that way. Contact me with questions. I am super proud of you. 7th graders, stay in the saddle. Be Colossians 3:23 people. Let's do it.